Okay, so one of the powerful things of a Google Doc, which makes, I think, stand out versus some other document creators, is the ability to co-edit and collaborate on a document, add comments, and it's really a dynamic document creator. So here's an example of a document that I've made, and I want to share and co-edit with others. But before I do that, I want to organize a little bit. So I've outlined some topics to work on. And what I did, when you highlight your topics and you assign a header, so I assigned header 2 for each of them. And now I'm going back to the top. And if I hit Insert Table of Contents, it automatically creates a table of contents based on each of the headers. So for instance, if I did a subheader here and called it just something like that, and I highlight that, and I'll change it from normal text to header 3. And now if I update my table of contents, there we go. So that gives you, again, if you have a really full, complex document, it's going to work really well. You can also, I expect more pages on this, so I'm going to actually add page numbers to the bottom of the page. And I could also put a footer in if I wanted to. So keep in mind a lot of the features in the editor here that you have available to you by inserting drawings, inserting tables, comments. Well, we'll look at the comments in a minute, formatting, that sort of spelling. Again, and we'll go over the research tool at a later in another video, but this is just getting started. So here I have a document I want to invite someone to collaborate and work with me on. So here I'm going to go to the share because right now it's private to me. Now, if I wanted anyone just to look at it, I would turn on this, and now anyone that has a link can look at it, but they're not editors. Down here is where I'm going to invite a co-editor to come in and help work on this. So I have my other self and another, and let's see, I want to be able to edit, not just comment or view. And I'm going to say, please help with this report, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to send that. And I'm also notifying them by email. If I uncheck that, they'll get the document, but they won't get an email. So I'm going to send it. I don't want them to get the email because I really need help. Okay, so it's shared with one person. Now I'm going to go to that other person account. So here I am. I'm the other person, and I go to Drive. Let's find Drive. I could go to Mail. There's different ways to do it because I did send an email with it, didn't I? But you'll see if I didn't check the mail, these are all my files, my drive. But if I look under incoming, see, here's Elizabeth, my other self, invited me to work on this document. But let's just see if it did come in email as well. So I'm going to click on my Gmail. And that's why sometimes if you know things are coming and you're collaborating, you don't want to get lots of emails back and forth. You don't have to do that. So let's click on, here's the mail, and here we are, updates. And here's the invite. So here's the email that my other self sent with the little note. So I can click on it there, or again, as I said earlier, I can go to incoming and click on it here. So now both of us have edit rights to this document. And I'm in the E. McCarthy account now. And as I open it, you should see, I can see that my other self is online as well as soon as that comes up. But I'm going to add some information here. So here, yes, see this little icon? That shows the other person working on this. It's confusing because I'm working with myself, but if that were another total different person, you'd see their picture there. So I'm working, and I'm going to, make some, I'm just going to put anything in, Asian or farming. Let's just go, I'll just put farming, something in there. And so that's another unit section that I want to add. So I'm going to call that header 3. And again, I'm going to update there. So both of us are seeing the same thing. And so say we want to have a conversation, but we don't want to write it in the document. We can actually have a chat where we could say, okay, but this chat window will go away, but if we're both live, so here we could just say something, what do you think? And hit enter. And now this other person could respond. And if you go up here and see that, that's the E. McCarthy. And now I'm just going to say, oh, not much. So again, these two characters are working on this document together. They're not getting very far, but they'll use some research tools maybe to help them to work on that. So I can close the live chat. Now that will disappear. But here in comments, let's just say I highlight this, and I'm going to hit insert, and I'm going to comment. Now this is going to stay with the document after we close it. So define this, and then I'm going to hit comment, and so now my other person that I'm working with is going to see that comment right there. Well, let's close the chat window because it's in the way, but here's the comment. Now I can click on this and reply, yes, why don't you do that, and then hit reply. And so here are the options. Again, I can edit that comment or delete it, but the other person will, let's go back here, sees my comment and might reply, oh, why me? Or actually just go do it. So here I'm going to do some research. I'm going to go to the tools. I'm going to click on research. I'm going to go working landscape. Hit enter. See if we can get a definition of it. Unable to retrieve it this time. Let's look at everything. And here we go. Oh, figures. There we go. Okay, working landscape. So here I have from Berkeley EDU, Vermont Rural. I might look at this one. So I'm going to preview it. And here I can actually open the site up. Let's see if I can get a definition. And whatever, let's see. So this is just about the partnership, but here's a video I might add at some point. So I say I want to cite this, I shouldn't open it. I want to cite that and save it for later. So I'm going to insert the link and I'm going to cite it. And now I might actually take some information from there and I'm going to define it from the partnership. But as you can see, that's how a nice way to do research, and see it added the citation at the bottom. But let's say I pull an image in because I need to make this a little more working landscape Vermont. Let's just see if we can get a picture. Okay, so this is kind of nice. I sort of like this picture. So I'm going to drag this into my document and bring it down here. Actually, let's wrap the text and bring it over. So it really visualizes it and as a reference to the link at the bottom. So those are some really nice tools to work collaboratively on a document. We're commenting. Now let's look at the comments up here. So here's the run of all the comments that are in the document. I can access them from here. I can delete them and edit them. But down here, what I could do is I'm going to resolve this. Just pretend and now it's not down here, but it will stay with the document. I could reopen it later if I don't think that's actually been done. So that's again the comments. Another thing in comments is notifications. Now you can get an email whenever people reply in these comments. It will send you email messages. Now it could be annoying if you know you're working on the document and you don't want reminders, or if you have 30 students in their documents they shared with you, you don't want emails. So you could turn it off, or you could leave it to all, or just replies to your comments. So I'm going to leave it just replies to my comments, that I'll get an email when someone replies to something I've said. And that's more, I think that's more practical than leaving them all on or all off. and then I go back to comments. So, oh, that would be make a new comment. So I'm going to cancel that. So I hope these little tips help. There's a few features. There's a lot more features in here that will work, and we'll show them in the next tips.